The court treated the incident as a procedural event with public safety implications, not as proof of guilt on the homicides. If a court let the room break, an appellate court could later question whether prejudice tainted the process, keep order, and the ruling survives scrutiny. Speaking of evidence, the charging posture shifted over time. Worth initially faced first-degree intentional homicide counts, which carry the harshest possible penalties, but convictions landed differently. The record shows he was ultimately convicted of homicide by negligent use of a dangerous weapon and sentenced to 10 years in prison. That gap between initial allegations and final judgment illustrates how the legal system calibrates culpability through trial, negotiation, and proof standards. The early bond and courtroom security decisions still made sense given the risk profile at the start. Let's break that down. Bond isn't a verdict. It's risk management. If the offense involves a police officer's death, pressure increases. Courts respond with higher bond, closer supervision, and tighter decorum. If an outburst follows, corrections tighten further, restraints, more deputies, limits on movement in the gallery. The record shows this exact sequence. The hearing stayed on the rails because the judge and security treated it as a controlled emergency. The evidence suggests courts are built to absorb emotion without mirroring it. Admonitions restore the baseline. Removal protects the families and the staff. A short recess lets counsel advise the client. Stay silent, defer to counsel, and preserve the defense. If the behavior crosses the line, sanctions follow by rule, not impulse. That's how you keep an inflamed moment from contaminating the rest of the case. What should you take from this? A courtroom can face a lethal backstory, a charged gallery, and a defendant under extreme stress. If the judge keeps the focus on articulated reasons, probable cause in the charging documents, statutory bond factors, and clear findings, the proceeding remains lawful even when the temperature rises. Worth's case shows the split screen, a violent allegation, a high bond, an immediate rupture, and a final conviction that reflects a different level of criminal responsibility than the opening charges. Moving past the Wisconsin flashpoint, shift your attention to what words alone can do in a murder case. You're about to hear a sentence spoken in open court that didn't raise the volume, but redrew the legal map.
I curse you all. Jesus!
A defendant's own phrasing can narrow the path ahead, and that's where Aubrey Trail stepped in. Words that rewired the trial. You heard a sentence in open court that did not raise the volume. It changed the stakes.